So I still do direct instruction, and that's one of the myths of standards-based learning is that you can't do direct instruction. I still do that. My classes are divided into two groups based on how quickly kids can move through the material. I have what's called a 6+ group and a 6 group. I teach 6th grade. That's where the 6 comes from. My direct instruction then would be to that whole group. So I might have direct instruction one day to just the 6 group, the next day to the 6+ group. But they're still getting direct instruction. Then I have what are called independent work days, and on independent work days, kids are working on learning targets that I've already done direct instruction on, that they haven't achieved proficiency. So on independent work days, I have a variety of things happening in my classroom. I have kids working, just practicing problems. Maybe they understand something, they just need extra practice. I have kids working one-on-one with another student. I have kids working in small groups with me, with small groups with each other. And I also have my student expert groups, and that's where my student experts, those who are advanced in a topic, take a group of kids and go through the direct instruction one more time in their own way. So
I think many of the tools that we've used in the classroom have allowed them to think on a different level. It's really created much more critical thinking around activities that are taking place, around their own learning. It's really been reflective for both the students as well as myself. So it's really created a new type of learner.
What happens at some of the celebrations in my family? Okay. Do you remember when we were talking about Hanukkah?
Yeah.
My family celebrates Hanukkah, and so that's part of the celebrations. We do that every single year. And on Hanukkah, one of the things that we do is we play dreidel. Do any of you have things that you play with your family? That you just, it's always part of what you do? Yeah. And all of those things we would call games, right? Games. So dreidel is an example of a game that I play with my family. Games. Now let me ask you something about Valentine's Day, since you were talking about that. Do people wear certain things on Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Leonardo, you think so? Yeah?
Sometimes when I go to the store, I see people wearing shirts with hearts.
Wearing shirts with hearts, right? A lot of people on Valentine's Day will wear shirts with hearts. What color do you think people might generally wear on Valentine's Day?
Red.
David?
Red.
Red, absolutely. And that has to do with another piece of traditions, which is clothing. For some traditions, there's certain clothing that you just always wear. I want to give you a few minutes to talk in partners. Just wait till I tell you what you're going to talk about before you find your partners. About some of the traditions that you have in your family. And I want you to try to think about things that have to do with certain celebrations, things that might have to do with food, and again, they could be connected to the celebrations, things that might have to do with games that you always play, and things that might be connected to clothing traditions. After you've had a few minutes to talk, we're going to come back together as a group, and I'm going to give you some sticky notes to write some of those traditions down to add to our affinity diagram.
And do you celebrate Christmas every single year?
I heard some really nice traditions. A few of the traditions that I heard were around games. A few of the traditions that I heard were around food. And I heard a few around celebrations. I didn't hear much about clothing, though. So I wonder if maybe there were some traditions out there that I didn't get a chance to hear. But you're going to have a chance to record some of those now. Okay? You're going to have a chance to record some of those things now. So I'm going to give you 2 sticky notes. And I want you to record 2 different family traditions that you have, and then place them in the right place on our affinity diagram.
They're so good.
She forgot the E. She forgot the E.
Let's look at all of those traditions that you have with your families. Let's just take a look at a few of the traditions. Different celebrations. We have Christmas. Is that a celebration?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that you celebrate with your family. Does everybody have the same things that they do every single year?
No.
No, there's different traditions even around Christmas, but that's something that we celebrate. Valentine's Day. How many of you celebrate Valentine's Day? Is that something you celebrate every year? Yeah, that's what makes it a tradition, is that it's something that repeats, something that happens over and over again.
I think it's taking a lot of pressure off of me as the teacher. I'm the facilitator of learning. I mean, I definitely present new information that no one's heard. I have a very important role in the gradual release of instruction. I mean, I do model that learning. I show what it looks like. We fishbowl it. We get small groups, in the middle doing it, and I'm talking them through what they're doing, and everyone's watching, and they're seeing exactly what it's supposed to look like. They're reflecting on it. They're talking about how we can make it better. So that piece is definitely still there, because I know things that they don't know yet. But then when they start to learn things that maybe the next child doesn't know, now they're the teacher. Now they're the leader. And they're able to take what they know, and then they're able to facilitate the learning in someone else. And they take the job seriously, too. They really feel a big responsibility for making sure that their peers are learning and mastering those learning targets as well.
Because I think socially it's easier to talk to friends about stuff or talk to people around you, like peers. And they can help you out, like, just with the harder stuff if you want to talk to friends. And working in groups means you don't have to do it alone, so not all the pressure's on you. Because when I know more about something, for one thing, it makes me feel good, And teaching them helps me learn it, because then I can also get the chance, by understanding it, by telling them, it would know that I understand it, and it's easier.